Mr. Timothy Osemenge,
Hello.
President INA ITV Radio, warning notice to cease cyberbullying.
Okay, let me hear it. Go ahead with it.
This is to formally advise you to desist immediately from all forms of online harassment, defamation, and cyberbullying directed at me across your platforms. For over a week, you have published posts and comments that are abusive, false, and intended to harm my reputation. I have refrained from responding publicly out of restraint and consideration for your health. Please note that such conduct violates the Cybercrimes Prohibition, Prevention (ETC) Act 2015, which criminalizes cyberbullying, defamation, and online harassment in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. Let me respond to the level you have read to my beautiful reader on today's edition of a program on NI TV and radio. The point, Mr. Festus Alenkhe, the point you are raising is basically not a tandem with truth because you cannot be talking about cyberbullying and all of that. I'm calling you to be accountable. Over 10 million naira that was given to Edo journalists, as a special, support cash gift. 2023 on the 19th of July, Wednesday to be exact. And you are not speaking to all about that. Am I just unduly or necessarily, having you dragged in the social media space as you have claimed? So you have been unduly being far from the truth, and that is not the core, position of journalism. Journalism, you have to be fair, you need to be objective, and you have just displayed that you are actually not a true journalist. And again, you are not, telling the public, oh, that issue of 10 million naira has been given to you or was given to you, and you did have it mismanaged. That is the bone of contention. And yeah, and you also talked about is it cyber crime constitution? Abi, you are
Yes.
yes, you're talking about constitution. Are you an upholder of the constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended? You are not.
The NUJ Edo State Council also felicitated with the EBS MD, who doubles as the chairman of the council.
Jesus! What?
The NUJ Edo State Council also felicitated with the EBS MD, who doubles as the chairman of the council.
You are the state NUJ chairman, and you have also been recently made the acting managing director of Edo Broadcasting Service by Senator Modu Okpebholo, the governor of Edo State. Don't you know that you are not supposed to be having two offices being managed by you? That alone is another crime. You are not respecting rule of law. How can you be chairman Edo NUJ and same time you also want to be the acting managing director of Edo Broadcasting Service, which appears to also be the mouthpiece of Edo State government? By so doing, you are now a member of All Progressives Congress. As a journalist, we ought to be apolitical. So that's what the rules states. I do not know how you are going to be managing all of us. That's why some of us are asking, me in particular, Timothy Osemenge, the president of Naira TV and Radio, that you should step down from holding that chairmanship position for Edo State NUJ, so that we can begin to look into the records and you're bringing you to book, bringing you to accountability. We are also being told that, look, you are already doctoring financial records with my big brother, my friend, the secretary of Edo State NUJ, to have it at the moment, person of Andy Egbon, and Josephine Eyimi of Edo Broadcasting Service, the chairperson of the NUJ chapel at that level. So, Egbon and Josephine, if you want to, work with criminal Festus Alenkhe to having the financial records manipulated unduly, you are also having your your position, your chances of having, contesting any position anymore in Edo NUG, whether at the national, state, or local level, you're already having it ruined. I just want to quickly pass that on. And you also talked about my health condition. You know that you are going to be facing the courtroom in the coming days, because if, for instance, myself, I'm a challenged person, you talked about my health condition and all the rest. If someone is challenged, does not mean that he or she should take to crime. When he or she takes to crime, he or she can be brought to book and be prosecuted, and the law will take its place. So you are not showing me any mercy. I don't know what you are trying to say. Mind you, you have also brought my health condition to the public space, and you doing all this, you're also going to be, hearing from my lawyers in the coming days, because I never went to any market to having visual disability purchased. So that is another point you must also have, noted. Again, you just chatted me. You sent just mere text message on WhatsApp. You would have written me using the Edo State Nigerian Union of Journalists letterheaded paper to formally notify me of whatever concerns you have about me, calling you fraudulent person or criminal. So this is not tenable. You have to write me officially, because organization duly registered with appropriate and relevant agencies or institutions. So let me hear it from that. Thank you.
This is your final warning. Cease all defamatory and harassing content against me immediately. Should you continue, I will have no option but to escalate this matter through appropriate administrative and legal channels, and to place all evidence before the relevant authorities and the public for action. I expect your immediate compliance. Regards, Festus Alenkhe, 15th June 2026.
Yeah, first of all, thank you. I also will urge you to be lots and more courageous. Also telling those appropriate quarters you intend to explore that the administrative and illegal disposition, do not fail to tell them that, look, you were given 10 million naira as a special, support cash gift to Edo State, members of Edo NUJ, those qualified journalists, and you have this, fund unduly misappropriated. So you should also tell them, tell the police, tell the court that, 10 million naira was given to you and you cannot account for it. That is the basic matter here. That is the issue we have, that we have in the public space. And I'm told that you are now visiting radio stations. All of all that will not help you. Come publicly with this. You shouldn't be writing me privately. You shouldn't be calling people to speak to me on this matter. We also have our own records. This is, you say you have records of yours, those doctored records already. And we are advising those individuals like Josephine and the Egbon that they should not join you in this route, because it's going to have their careers ruined as practicing journalists in the state. So, Festus Alenkhe, I wish you well. I urge you to visiting the law courts and exploring those administrative avenues, but do not forget to tell them that, look, you were given 10 million naira by the last administration by Governor Nore Obaseki on the 19th of July 2023, that the money cannot be duly and appropriately accounted for. So I hope this video finds you well. Please do not make it private. You initially wanted to make it private, but you've gone to some radio stations. I wanted to also come to the public place. I'm in the social media mentioning all about this. So do also endeavor to make videos, come up to social media. Thank you, my wonderful reader today. And I want to say that I remain Timothy Osemige, who lives in the glass house, shooting trust to president in ITV and radio. Bye for now. There will be more updates on the undue mismanagement, misappropriation of 10 million naira given to Endo state journalists by the immediate past administration that was handed over to Festus Alenkhe on behalf of these journalists. That as at this moment, we cannot have that money accounted for. Thank you.